Hi, I'm Ted Allen, and I'm proud to be the Food and Wine Ambassador for Robert Mondavi Private Selection Wines on our first ever progressive tasting with RMPS and some terrific food purveyors here in New York. We're going down to Bleecker Street in the heart of Greenwich Village, and we're starting at the Lobster Place for some terrific oysters and other great fresh seafood, Murray's Cheese, one of the great cheese shops in New York, and O & Co., a terrific olive oil boutique. And at each of these places, we're going to be pairing the Robert Mondavi Private Selection varietals. We're going to go through all 10 of them, make sure no wine is left unturned, and showing people how they can match our terrific product with great food here in New York. Now, this tour is for press only, and we've got some great press joining us. But what we're hoping is that you'll find this exciting and fun enough that you'd like to see us bring this concept to your territory and a town near you. Who knows, Toledo could be next, Dallas, Chicago for sure. My love, one of my favorite cities in America. So enjoy it. I hope you enjoy this. And we're coming back after these three boutiques to have chocolate and Zinfandel right here at Shea, Allen, and Rice. So thank you very much. Cheers. But this is Robert Mondavi Private Selection Sauvignon Blanc, which should pair really nicely with, it's kind of a sweet, mildly briny oyster with a great finish.
It's creamy, nice mild sweetness, and it finishes with a nice sort of cucumber sort of finish. So I think it's going to pair very nicely with the Sauvignon Blanc.
Thank you. We're going to taste a little bit of sushi next, and most folks when they have sushi, they almost always have sushi with sake or maybe, Sapporo or some other kind of beer. And people hardly ever think about pairing wine with sushi, which is a shame because there actually are some terrific pairings that you can do. The one we're doing today is, I think, pretty unusual and not something that comes to a lot of people's minds, and that's we're pairing it with Chardonnay. Is O & Co. next? All right, everybody, I think we're, Brendan, thank you very much for some lovely taste. So we have to move on to our next stop, which is O & Co. for some olive oil. Hello, how are you? All right, welcome folks, come on in. All right, so we're here at O & Co. and joining us is Rose Malandreros. If you're not familiar with this shop, they have several around the country now, right?
Yes, we have 10 in the U.S. We have 75 stores worldwide. So here in New York, we're in Bleecker and Grand Central Terminal, and a smaller selection in Soho. So welcome.
We're going to pair a few of our varietals initially with some of the tapenades, which are olive spreads. And the first one that we're doing, we're matching the Private Selection Pinot Grigio with a green olive tapenade. And we love the way that Pinot Grigio is a great summer wine in particular. It's crisp, it's easy, it's simple, it's refreshing. We really love the way it's sort of citrusy notes paired, sort of played off the saltiness or sort of counteracted the saltiness in a green olive tapenade. Now we're moving on to a black olive tapenade, a black olive and candied lemon, which is another really interesting combo. Is it a Kalamata?
Yes, this is Michel Del Burgo, who's another Michelin-starred chef that has worked with us for several years now. He developed the black olive and candied lemon tapenade, which is wonderful because you have the mellowness of the black olive with a hint of the citrus from the candied lemon. That just is that surprise burst that as you're tasting it, you'll notice it.
As many of you probably know, when you're pairing wine with food, there are usually two sorts of ideas that you're going at. Either you're trying to sort of complement the dish, or you're trying to provide an appropriate contrast to it. So with a piece of fatty tuna, you may want a crisp wine that counteracts that fattiness, which is sort of the way we treated the green olive tapenade with the Pinot Grigio. Here with the Merlot, it's more of a marriage. These two flavors kind of round each other out nicely and harmonize in a way. All right, folks, so we're off to Murray's Cheese right back across the street for our last taste on Bleecker Street, and then it's off to my place for dessert. Welcome to Murray's Cheeses on Bleecker Street. This is one of the greatest cheese shops in New York, and we're here. This is fun because we're kind of behind the scenes. Thank you for the tour of the caves, Laura. That was really interesting. So we're going to be joined in a moment by Liz Thorpe, if she's still around, and if not, Laura will talk us through some of these cheeses. But what we're doing today, we're starting off with we're enjoying our Riesling again in a totally different way with a cheese called Robiola Balsina.
The Robiola Balsina is it's a cheese from Italy, and it's a mixed milk. It's from goat and cow milk cheese. So it's really creamy, not too strong.
So here we're pairing Pinot Noir with Abbé des Citeaux.
Yeah. The reason that I picked the Abbé des Citeaux is because it's actually one of the 3 classic washed rind cow's milk cheeses of Burgundy. And of course, if you were lucky enough to be in Burgundy rather than in the basement of Murray, you would be having a glass of Pinot Noir with your Abbé des Citeaux. It's got lots of kind of vegetal flavors to it. It reminds me a lot of buttered charcoal grilled corn, actually.
Wow. So we thought the pairing worked really nicely. The sort of the ripe cherry and spice in our Pinot Noir marries really nicely with the mellow, tangy quality that this cheese has. I think it's a really good match. So should we hit the road?
Yes, we're all going to head upstairs and we're all going to get into cars to go back to tent. So.
I'd like to welcome you to Barry and my place. Thank you very much for coming to the bitter end, which will actually be a sweet end. I'm here with Jackie Gordon from Guitard. Guitard is a provider of the very finest chocolates, mostly directly to pastry chefs. It's really not retail, is it?
They sell predominantly to the trade, but these are their retail bars.
So we're pairing the Ambanya with the Private Selection Zinfandel, which has that characteristic spiciness that we think kind of stands up nicely to the intensity of the chocolate.
We want to do the same thing. They sell the chocolate already.
Hey, well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did, and unless you were having RMPS, you probably didn't. But we hope to join you in a city near you really soon. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Gotta go back to the party.